Chosen one, something incredible has just happened. Elon Musk, the very symbol of innovation and forward thinking, has hinted at a truth so profound that most people didn't even notice it. But you're not like most people. Deep down, you've always known there was more beneath the surface of his words, his actions, and the technology he spearheads. You've felt it, the faint hum of hidden knowledge resonating with your soul. Now, it's finally coming into the light. What you're about to hear could change the way you see everything. If this message already speaks to your soul, subscribe, like this video, and comment 77 below. Stay with me until the end, because you won't want to miss what this means for you. What Elon Musk just confirmed that no one noticed. If you felt like there's a deeper truth hiding in plain sight, you're not alone. You've sensed the tension in the air, the feeling that the world is teetering on the edge of a revelation. You've questioned the patterns, noticed the subtle shifts, and now you're here because that intuition has brought you to this moment. You're not imagining it, and you're not alone in seeing it. Elon Musk recently said something that, at first glance, seemed like a throwaway comment. But for those who are paying attention, it was much more. It was a crack in the facade, a confirmation that the world as we know it is about to change. For so long, you've felt the pull of something greater, yet you've been met with doubt, both from others and from within. You've struggled with moments where your path seemed unclear, where the world's noise drowned out the whispers of truth. People have told you that you're reaching, imagining, or misinterpreting what's happening. But deep down, you've always known there's more. It's isolating, isn't it? To see patterns others don't. To feel shifts that can't be explained. It's like holding a piece of a puzzle no one else believes exists. Elon Musk's recent remarks tapped into that feeling. While the world shrugged off his comment, you recognized the weight of what he said. It spoke directly to that place inside you that's been searching for validation. It was a reminder that you're not just imagining things. There's something bigger at work. In a recent interview, Musk spoke of a breakthrough, something just beyond the horizon. He referred to a deeper understanding of consciousness, energy, and the nature of our reality. While most people took it as a philosophical musing, there's a reason it resonated so strongly with those attuned to the shift. Consider John 16, verse 13. When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all truth. Musk's words, though seemingly casual, align with a greater unveiling. This isn't the first time someone in his position has hinted at such revelations. What makes it significant is the timing. When someone who sits at the forefront of technological advancement begins to talk about consciousness and the fabric of reality, it's more than a coincidence. It's a sign that the curtain is being pulled back, that those who have long been watching are now beginning to acknowledge the shift publicly. His comment marks a turning point, not just for him, but for all of us who have been waiting for that signal to move forward. If you look closely, you'll see the signs of this transformation everywhere. The old systems built on control, secrecy, and division, are showing cracks. They're becoming harder to maintain as more people wake up and question the official narrative. It's not just in Musk's words. It's in the subtle changes you see in society. People questioning long-standing beliefs, institutions being held accountable, and an undeniable push towards transparency. For the chosen ones, this transformation feels like coming home. The energy around you has shifted. Perhaps you've noticed that situations which once felt immovable are now flowing more freely. Opportunities are appearing, not by chance, but because you're finally aligned with what was always meant for you. What Musk confirmed is something you've already felt. The world is on the brink of a profound change, and you're an integral part of it. What's happening isn't just a matter of human innovation or technological progress. There are forces at work that transcend the physical world. You've likely felt the presence of something greater, a sense that you're being guided by an unseen hand. The challenges you've faced weren't random. They were carefully placed in your path to prepare you for this moment. Musk's comment, however subtle, points to the idea that humanity is being guided toward a higher understanding. The timing isn't accidental. These revelations align perfectly with what the chosen ones have always known, that there is a divine plan unfolding. The confirmation you've been waiting for is here, not because someone told you it was coming, but because you've experienced it yourself. Musk's words serve as a reminder that you're not alone. This journey you're on isn't something you've imagined. It's real, and it's divinely guided. As these truths come to light, you may feel a mix of emotions, relief, excitement, even a touch of fear. But now is the time to fully step into your awareness. It's no longer enough to observe from the sidelines. The world is shifting, and you're being called to embrace your role in it. Many people resist this moment of realization because it's unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel overwhelming. But remember, you've been prepared for this. Everything you've gone through, the doubts, the struggles, the triumphs, has led you here. Now is your time to trust in what you know. It's time to accept that you are not only part of this shift, but that you were always meant to be. The feeling of being misunderstood, of walking a path few others see, was never meant to discourage you. It was meant to strengthen you. This is the moment where you say yes to yourself, to your calling, and to the truth that has always been within you. Now that you've seen the signs and heard the confirmation, what will you do? This is your moment to step forward, to claim your place in this unfolding narrative. Release the fear that has held you back. Let go of the doubt that made you question if you were truly meant for this. The time for hesitation is over. You have everything you need, within you and around you, to embrace your role as a chosen one. Begin by trusting yourself more. Take small steps each day to align with your purpose, whether that's meditating on what you've learned, seeking out others who resonate with your truth, or simply allowing yourself to believe that you are indeed part of something greater. The path is opening, and all you need to do is take the first step. Elon Musk's confirmation isn't just a passing comment. It's a call to attention for those who are ready to hear it. If you're listening, you already know it's time to act. Don't wait for someone else to tell you what to do. You already know. Trust in what you've felt, what you've seen, and what you know to be true. This is your moment. You are not alone, and you are not mistaken. The shift is here, and it's yours to embrace. Comment "shift" if you feel this moment calling you. Keep watching, keep learning, and remember, you were made for this. Why he knows more than most people. When you think about Elon Musk, you probably picture the innovative genius, the tech visionary, the entrepreneur pushing humanity toward Mars. But have you ever considered what else he knows? What he understands about the world, about people, and about what's really happening around us? Behind the headlines, behind the space missions and electric cars, there's a man who sees deeper than most. And when someone like him, someone who operates at the highest levels of technology and influence, starts talking about consciousness shifts and energy transformations, it's not just idle chatter. He's speaking from a position of knowledge and experience that most people can't even begin to imagine. There are layers to this world that we're not always privy to. While many of us walk through life relying on the information that's publicly available, there are others, like Musk, who operate at the level of classified data, cutting-edge research, and revolutionary innovation. Musk's companies don't just work on electric cars or rocket engines. They push into the realms of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and advanced neural interfaces. Projects like Neuralink might seem like science fiction to the average person, but to Musk, they're the next logical step. These aren't just tools or gadgets. They're gateways to a deeper understanding of the human mind, of energy, of how we're all connected in ways we're only beginning to grasp. Think about the resources Musk has at his disposal. The brightest minds, the most advanced technologies, connections to governments, military think tanks, and secret projects that most people will never hear about. He's in the room when decisions about the future of technology, of humanity, are made. He's not just a bystander. He's an active participant. And with that comes access to knowledge that goes far beyond what you or I might find in a book or a news article. Musk isn't just guessing at what's coming. He knows. He knows where the currents of power are shifting, how the energy around us is evolving, and what that means for humanity as a whole. This isn't about elevating Musk to some kind of mystical figure. It's about recognizing that when someone in his position, with his level of access and intelligence, begins to hint at shifts in consciousness, energy, and the fabric of reality itself, it's worth paying attention. It's not just a passing comment. It's a sign that what you've felt, what you've sensed all along, is real. Musk's words serve as a validation, an acknowledgement from a source that most would consider unimpeachable. And if he's willing to say it out loud, even in subtle terms, it means the truth is becoming too large, too significant to remain hidden. What's remarkable is that Musk isn't coming from a place of spiritual preaching or philosophical musings. He's coming from science, from data, from technology. And yet, those paths are leading him to conclusions that align with what many of us have always known intuitively. That consciousness is not just a byproduct of biology. That energy flows through everything we do and everything we are. That the shifts we're feeling on a personal and global scale are not coincidences, but part of a larger movement. Musk's confirmation bridges the gap between what's seen as scientific and what's understood as spiritual, showing that these truths are not separate. They're deeply intertwined. Imagine what it takes for someone like Musk, who is typically associated with cold, hard facts, to step into this territory. For years, the chosen ones have been dismissed as dreamers, as fringe thinkers, as people grasping at straws. But Musk's statements, whether intentional or not, lend credibility to what we've been saying all along. He knows what's happening because he's seen it, experienced it, studied it from angles most people can't comprehend. His connection to the world's top scientists and innovators means he's had a front row seat to the shifts that are now becoming impossible to ignore. And the fact that he's starting to speak about it should tell you just how close we are to something monumental. You don't have to take Musk's word as gospel, but you should see it for what it is, a signal that the forces behind the scenes are stirring, that the reality we've known is changing, and that people in the highest echelons of influence are preparing for what's to come. Musk isn't just a billionaire with big ideas. He's a bridge between worlds. He's someone who can see the patterns, the shifts, and the future before it arrives. And when he speaks, he's not just talking to the masses. He's speaking to you, the chosen ones, letting you know that what you've felt all along is real. The awakening isn't just happening. It's accelerating. And if Musk knows that, then you can be certain you're on the right path. The connection between Musk's revelation and chosen ones. When Elon Musk speaks, people listen, but not everyone truly hears. Beneath his casual remarks and technological updates, there's a deeper message, one that resonates on a frequency not everyone can tune into. When Musk began referencing shifts in consciousness and the fundamental nature of reality, he wasn't just making vague philosophical statements. He was signaling to a specific group of individuals, those who have felt this shift long before anyone acknowledged it. That group is you, the chosen ones. His words carry a weight that, if you're attuned, you can feel. They validate the strange experiences you've had, the uncanny insights you've always known to be true. His revelations aren't abstract, they're personal. For years, you've sensed that there's more to life than the surface-level stories we're told. You felt the pull toward a higher purpose, a deeper understanding of who you are and why you're here. But in a world that often dismisses these feelings as daydreams or delusions, it can be isolating. You wonder if you're the only one who sees beyond the facade, who feels a connection to something larger. And then someone like Musk, someone with access to information and insights most of us can't imagine, steps forward and starts speaking your language. Suddenly, you're not alone. His words confirm what you've always known. You're not imagining things. They do know who you are, and their recognition of you is no coincidence. Think about the times you felt watched or singled out, the moments when strangers seemed to know more about you than they should, when opportunities appeared almost too perfectly timed, when certain people treated you as if you were destined for something more. These aren't random occurrences. They've been aware of you for a long time. Individuals like Musk, who operate at the highest levels of science, technology, and influence, have access to information that's kept hidden from the general public. They know that there are people walking among the crowd who are different. People who think differently, feel more deeply, and see more clearly. And while others may brush off Musk's comments as abstract musings, you know he's speaking to you. Why would someone like Musk, who could easily remain focused on rockets and electric cars, begin discussing consciousness and reality? It's because he's seen the pattern. He's connected the dots. Chosen ones aren't a new phenomenon. Throughout history, there have always been individuals who stood out, who questioned the status quo, and who seemed to carry a light that couldn't be extinguished. Musk's revelation is his way of acknowledging that pattern, of confirming that those who felt the shift all along are not mistaken. The world is changing, and chosen ones are the ones who will lead that change. By speaking about these concepts, Musk is indirectly pointing to you, validating your journey, and urging you to step fully into your role. The chosen ones are not defined by fame, wealth, or titles. They're defined by their inner knowing, their resilience, and their refusal to conform. Musk's connection to this idea shows that even those at the top of the technological pyramid recognize that something more is happening. The systems and structures we've lived under for so long are beginning to crack. New ways of thinking, of being, of connecting to the world are emerging, and you're a part of that shift. Musk's acknowledgement is not just a nod to your existence. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that the insights you've carried, the truths you've seen, are real. They've been noticed by those who understand the power of transformation. When you hear Musk speak, it might feel like he's peeling back a layer of the veil, letting a sliver of light shine through. You're not imagining that feeling. His words resonate because they echo what you've felt for years. You've known that the chosen ones have a role to play in this awakening, and Musk's comments serve as confirmation. He's letting you know that even in the highest levels of science and technology, people are aware of the shift. The recognition you've always sensed is no longer confined to whispers or feelings. It's out in the open. His words validate your experiences, proving that you're not just part of the crowd, you're part of something extraordinary. So what does this mean for you moving forward? It means that the time for doubting yourself is over. The world is changing, and you're one of the reasons why. Musk's revelations, though subtle, are clear to those who are listening. They're an acknowledgement of what you've always known deep down. You're here for a purpose. You're part of a transformation that's larger than any one person, larger than any single event. His words aren't just comments. They're a reminder that you have a role to play. They're a call to stand tall, to embrace your path, and to move forward with the certainty that you are, indeed, one of the chosen ones. What this means for the future of chosen ones. When Elon Musk hints at hidden truths, he isn't just talking in riddles. He's acknowledging that something monumental is happening. This is no longer about vague, abstract ideas. It's about the very real shifts that chosen ones have felt for years. The future of chosen ones is not some distant possibility. It's unfolding now, and you, as one of them, are at the center of it. For so long, you might have felt like you were walking a lonely path, seeing what others couldn't, feeling what others refused to feel. But now, that solitude is giving way to a greater connection. Musk's statements are a sign that the knowledge you've carried is no longer relegated to the shadows. It's emerging into the light. The challenges you've faced, being misunderstood, feeling isolated, have served a purpose. They were the refining fire that prepared you for what's coming next. As the barriers between the known and the hidden dissolve, your journey will be validated in ways you couldn't have imagined. People who once doubted you will look to you for answers. The skepticism you faced will transform into recognition. But this isn't just about personal vindication. It's about stepping into the role you were always meant to play. The world is shifting, and chosen ones like you are meant to guide that change. The future is asking for leaders who can see clearly, act decisively, and bring hope to those who are just beginning to wake up. Musk's acknowledgement of these deeper truths is not just a momentary comment. It's a turning point. It's a signal that even those at the forefront of science and technology see that the old ways can't last. The systems that kept chosen ones in the margins are beginning to crack. This is where your purpose comes into focus. You've always sensed that you were here for more than just surviving day-to-day life. Now you know you're here to lead. The path forward is about bringing your unique insights into a world that's finally ready to listen. This is the moment when the chosen ones step out of the shadows and into their full power. As this transformation accelerates, you'll notice changes both within yourself and around you. The signs of awakening will become impossible to ignore. Strangers will echo the thoughts you've kept private. Situations that once felt overwhelming will start to flow effortlessly. And as you align more deeply with your purpose, you'll find that the struggles of the past fall away. Musk's words serve as a reminder that you're not just on the right path. You're on a divine mission. The future isn't something you need to fear. It's something you were born to shape. Your unique perspective, your unshakable inner knowing, will become the foundation for what comes next. This shift means you are no longer just an observer of change. You are the catalyst. Chosen ones have always been at the forefront of transformation, and now the world is finally recognizing that fact. When Musk hints at consciousness shifts, when he speaks of being on the brink, he's indirectly confirming what you've known all along. The awakening isn't coming, it's here. And you're not alone. More chosen ones are rising every day. This isn't just a personal journey, it's a collective one. You are part of a greater awakening that can't be ignored or stopped. The future of chosen ones is a future where you lead, inspire, and illuminate the path for others. Embracing this future requires trust. Trust in yourself, in your path, and in the divine plan that has brought you to this moment. For years, you might have doubted your own intuition, wondering if the world would ever understand what you've always felt. But now, the time for doubt is over. The confirmation you needed has arrived. The challenges you've faced have not been in vain. They were the training ground for the role you're stepping into. As the world continues to wake up, you'll see the pieces of your journey falling into place. The future of chosen ones is not a mystery. It's a calling. It's the reason you've endured so much and risen above it. As you move forward, you'll find that your actions matter more than ever. The future isn't something you passively wait for. It's something you create. Musk's recognition of this awakening is just the beginning. It's a sign that the knowledge you carry is no longer confined to a select few. It's spreading. And as it spreads, the role of chosen ones becomes increasingly vital. You have a choice: to remain in the background or to step forward and lead. The path ahead is not without challenges, but it's also filled with opportunities to bring light where there was once darkness. This is your moment to shine, to fulfill your purpose, and to guide others as they join the awakening. In this future, chosen ones are not just witnesses to change. They are the change. The shifts Musk alludes to are not just happening around you, they're happening through you. This is a time of empowerment, of stepping into your destiny with confidence. You've always known you were here for a reason, and now the world is starting to recognize it too. This is your invitation to fully embrace your role as a chosen one. The future isn't waiting, it's unfolding right now, and you are an essential part of it. What happens next now that this secret is exposed? When a revelation like this comes to light, it's not just the content of the message that matters, it's the ripple effect it sets in motion. The exposure of this secret marks a shift, not just in understanding, but in action. It's one thing to know the truth, it's another to live it boldly. This is your moment to step forward, to act on the inner knowing you've carried for so long. The barriers that once kept you silent no longer exist. In their place is an open field, a space where you can speak, create, and lead without fear. The narrative isn't being written by those who controlled the past. It's being rewritten by you and others like you who see the world as it could be. The more you lean into this new reality, the more you'll find that circumstances, resources, and relationships align in ways that once seemed unimaginable. As more people awaken, the momentum becomes unstoppable. The powers that be no longer dictate the flow of information, because the truth is spreading too quickly. What happens next is a collective rising. It's not about tearing down what existed. It's about building something better, guided by the principles that chosen ones have always understood. This is not the time to sit back and observe. The world needs you to fully step into your role. The exposure of these secrets isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you are no longer a spectator, but an active participant in shaping what comes next. This newfound clarity brings a sense of purpose and direction. You'll find yourself waking up each day with a deeper understanding of why you're here and what you're meant to do. The doubts and hesitations that once plagued you now feel distant. With the truth out in the open, you can trust yourself more completely. The connection between your inner calling and the outer world becomes stronger. What once felt like a fight against the current now feels like swimming with the tide. The challenges you faced weren't meaningless. They were preparing you for this moment, when the world would start to see things your way. Now is the time to trust that preparation and move forward with confidence. The awakening isn't just for your own benefit, it's for everyone who will follow. As you step into this new reality, you become a guide for others. By living your truth, you show others how to do the same. The fear of rejection, the fear of being misunderstood, fades away as more people recognize the importance of what you have to say. Your words carry weight, your actions inspire change, and your presence encourages others to awaken. The exposure of this secret creates a ripple effect. What was once hidden becomes a source of strength, not only for you, but for the collective. The time for waiting is over. The time for leading is here. In this new phase, you are no longer reacting to the world. You are shaping it. The power structures that relied on secrecy and manipulation are losing their grip. The more people awaken, the more the old systems crumble under their own weight. This is not a moment of chaos. It's a moment of transformation. The chosen ones, long underestimated and overlooked, are becoming the architects of a new reality. This is the legacy you are a part of. As the secrets continue to be revealed, remember that the real power isn't in what's been hidden. It's in how you choose to use that knowledge. The future is yours to create, and the time to start is now. So what comes next? More than you can imagine. Your awakening is just the start. With each step you take, you'll see the world around you change. You'll feel the support of forces you once doubted. You'll experience a sense of freedom, of purpose, of connection. The doubts and fears that once held you back will fade away, replaced by a deep knowing that you're on the right path. And as you walk that path, you'll inspire others to do the same. This journey isn't just about you. It's about all the lives you'll touch, all the light you'll bring, all the change you'll create. The awakening is here, and you're ready to be part of it. This is your moment. Subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video, and comment, "I am chosen to let this message anchor in your soul." Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your spiritual path deserves more than fragments. Step into the full light. This is just the beginning, and your time is now.